Hi there, it's Morris from selfimprovementmethods.com, and today we're going to talk about effective communication skills. Now, everybody has their own little methods and courses and ways of communicating with people, and I'm sure they're all very nice, but what I want to get to is kind of like the basis of it, the mechanics of it. The first thing you need to realize is that people communicate on an emotional level as being emotional people. They have to, uh, communication actually works when they're at the same emotional level. Um, if you're going to expect to get somebody to do something, you're going to have to get them at a higher level than uh, than what you probably imagine. So this is going to come clear here. That I have this. If you look at this chart here, it starts at the top here with lively and frequency, and down here at the bottom is deathly, which is the opposite of lively, and solid. And these are like frequencies, so like a sound, for instance. So if you could take sound and compress it, you would end up eventually with a lower and lower sound, and it would get to almost being a solid, if you can imagine that. So people are like this. Up here, they're lively and excited and ready to go and just to do everything. And if you are down here at angry or bored, and somebody comes along and says, "Oh, let's go," and they're all excited, you're just gonna like get out of here. I don't even want to talk to you, which is the problem with effective communication, right? People think, hey, we'll just get them all excited and we'll just get this good excitement and buy-in and everybody will be jumping up and rah rah. But no, there's a lot of people that actually live down in this whole area here, that would just get really ticked off if somebody came bouncing in the room and tried to get them to go do something, right? No, they're down here being almost solid. So, what you have to do if you're going to actually get your message across is you're going to have to kind of match that emotion with these people. So, if you want to talk to the average bear, you'd want to be more comfortable and laid back and that sort of thing. You can have no problem really communicating well with these people in this group, but the trouble is you can only go one step higher than what the person is. So if you said something in an interesting way to somebody who's just comfortably sitting there, they'd be able to accept that communication. But if somebody is here fearful and shy and really inward, um, you would scare the heck out of them at these higher levels. And they would not accept your communication. You would not have effective communication. So this is a skill, and it's something you need to kind of keep in mind. Not only who you're talking to, who the audience is, but at what emotional level are they at? Now, again, this is more solid, going upwards to being lighter and lighter in frequency. If you could imagine emotions being in a frequency, just a scale, Um, you can bring somebody up right through this whole thing. So if they're down here, you could start talking to them in a in their at their emotional vibration, if you will, and bring them up to the next one. And then once they're here, you can bring them up to here. Whoops. And you just stair step them up, and then eventually they'll be up at a high enough place where they'll actually get off their butt and do whatever it is that you want them to do. So it's a one step at a time kind of thing. You can't talk to somebody here and in a framework of that, they would just not they wouldn't accept your communication, and they'd probably kick you out. So that's the moral of the story. This is effective communication. Um, so people are more light and willing to do things. There's also something here that goes right along with this, and that is, am I typing? No. So let me go to text box here. Good. This is a subject also that goes right along with this. If I can get this text going here. I want to get big so you can see. There you go. So people at the high level of this scale over here, they realize and are quite convinced that it takes very little effect to make a change. And then people lower down are very convinced that it takes a great amount of effort. Which is a very strange thing, because but you can see this and how this works. So up here, if somebody's excited and ready to go and they're all yay, you could give them all just about anything and they'll just grab the ball and go run and try it out, you know. If you're just like at this interested stage, they would still give it a try. And then down here, they might say, well, you know, we gotta like have a meeting, gotta figure out what we're gonna do and what needs to be done. And then down here on these other ones at the lower levels, they are going to see that it takes a tremendous amount of effort to get anything done. And it's so depressing and it's so heavy and it's so sad for these people that there's no way they can even get off the couch to go do the laundry. I mean, you know, they're just like, oh, it's just terrible. Here, this guy up here, he's packing his bags and going off to Texas for the vacation because let's go, right? It's just like nothing. It takes nothing when you're excited and you have this lightness going on. When you have this going on, nothing gets done. So not only can you not you have to communicate at these different levels and then bring them up stage by stage. You also have to keep in mind about this this interesting fact here about effect. What it takes to make it change or to do something. It's all related to these emotions, and these emotions are all related to if somebody's even going to communicate with you at all. They might just, and you wonder why, because you're saying all the right things and you're being very interesting, but that's up here. You might be interesting to somebody that's down here or here, and they want nothing to do with you. So your communication is just falling apart. So I hope this makes sense, and it's something to think about for sure. So just remember that if you run into somebody that's angry and screaming, well, be bored in front of them. Yawn right in their face. And you know what will happen? They'll be bored. Yeah. And then after they're bored, talk about things that are comfortable and laid back, and maybe talk about things that are interesting, that spark your curiosity. And then the next thing is, hey, let's go do something. Hey, you want to do that? So you're bringing this person up from being really just slamming and pissed to where they're being brought up to a lighter frequency. This is the top is life, the bottom is death. So you're doing somebody a favor by matching their emotional level here and then bringing them up one or two or three. And you can do this in just a minute. I mean, it's easy to tell if somebody is really, really fearful or shy, you know. And you don't have to be angry at them to bring them up. You could just be angry about Trump. You know, you just be angry or upset, right? And that's how you get out of the go up to the next level here. And then you're just bored. You know, who cares, right? But bored is like a harmonic of this apathy down here, but it's not the same thing at all. So apathy is where there's no hope. It's solid, and right here it takes a great amount of effort to make a change. Bored is where you just like, you know, I don't care if I do it or don't do it. It doesn't really matter. So keep this all in mind, and this is the basics of effective communication skills. So who thought people were emotional? Huh? Imagine that. Okay, so you like this, even if you don't like this video, click the subscribe button down at the bottom. Comment, share, like, all those things that people do. Oh, and go to selfimprovementmethods.com/go for your free gift, and make it a good day. Thanks.